The following amendment, the clerk read the amendment.
Amendment by Wally.
The chair recognizes Mr. Wally to explain the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, this is a very simple amendment. So as the amendment is being pulled up on your computers on page 4, lines between 7 and 18, this amendment adds the following language, and I quote, "A peace officer may not detain a person under 11 years of age in connection with the investigation of an offense under section 51.02 or 51.03. That's the amendment. My amendment would ensure that the state of Texas isn't in the business of putting children under the age of 11 in jail. If you recall from the previous regular session, I offered a very similar amendment to House Bill 7, authored by Chairman Guillen. And Chairman Guillen graciously accepted that amendment because I don't think the body wanted to be in the business of putting babies in jail. That's the amendment. I move adoption.
The chair recognizes Mr. Spiller in opposition to the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. There's some safeguards that we want to make sure that it may be circumstances where a young child may be with someone that is not their parent, could be with a cartel member, could be something else. And I do appreciate very much the representative looking out for children. This bill is not about punishing children, but I would respectfully oppose.
The chair recognizes Mr. Wally to close on the amendment.
Members, we need to speak with some moral clarity. I don't think that this body wants to be in the business. Again, let me repeat, I don't want this body to make a decision on this amendment without, again, listening to what I just said. All this amendment does is prohibits the incarceration of children under the age of 11. I'm going to repeat. The incarceration of children during this investigation under the age of 11 from being in a jail. I don't know about you, but it would be very traumatizing for an 11-year-old to be caged up through no fault of their own. The trauma, the long-term trauma for that child to be locked up in a cage, again, through no fault of their own. I think this type of amendment would prevent a human rights catastrophe because you would have, again, let me repeat for the 5th time, children under the age of 11 from being housed, I take that back, from being jailed. And so this amendment, all this amendment does is it prevents those children from being put in cages. Move adoption.
The question occurs on the adoption of the resolution. This record vote, the clerk ring the bell. Show Mr. Wally voting aye. So Mr. Spiller voting nay. Have all members voted? There being 61 ayes and 81 nays, the amendment fails to adopt.